Now, this time last year, Thuleka Duze was offering chicken or beef on aeroplanes. She worked for SAA, but the Gugulethu entrepreneur has developed her own fashion label, and it's making waves. Thuleka Duze is the Fashiontrepreneur and co-owner of EKASI Handbags and Clothing. What made you go out of being somebody who worked on an airline, I assume for a couple of years at least, 5, 10 years, and go into the high world of high-stakes fashion?
Actually, longer than that. Traveling also inspired my vision, but I've always loved fashion. I've always dressed up, occasion or not. That was me.
Okay. Now, I mean, look at this. You got fantastic earrings. I mean, I'm assuming you didn't make those yourself. Oh, and look at that product placement of the lemon twist ring on your finger. I mean, in medieval times, people would have kept poison in that ring. I'm hoping that there isn't anything like that in there. But you are a walking fashion statement.
Not today. I didn't put anything.
Well, it's a relief. It's a relief.
Good for you.
But you worked in airlines, which gave you exposure to other African countries, to places like Ghana, from which the fabrics that are used in the manufacture of those shoes and that bag come from.
Traveling opened my eyes, and that inspiration, it came from travel, especially West Africa. That's where I saw these vibrant colors, and I thought something can come up and something good we can do with this.
So when you were traveling backwards and forwards, working on the airline for, 15 years?
20 years.
20 years.
I'm not that young.
You know, but you see, all that bright color, look what it does. Working in that airline for 20 years, going backwards and forwards, when did the business start? Were you sort of moonlighting on the side for a bit, or did it all start from scratch just 12 months ago?
They're not supposed to hear this. I started whilst I was still working. This was 2 years ago, 2014 in July. That's where it all started.
And the motivation for doing it? You clearly had a plan, an exit plan from the airline.
I had a plan. I've been working on it. And you know when you have that inner voice in you, that you know what, you need to focus on your plan, on your passion. But then you're scared. What's going to happen? Month end, there's bills to be paid, and then what? That kept me back a bit, but then one day I decided enough is enough. I need to do what I love, what I have passion for, and to be my own boss, which is the best thing ever.
Okay, so are you any good with your hands, or do you simply act in an oversight role? Did you start doing this stuff at midnight in between flights, baggy-eyed and exhausted?
The sneakers, I would do that whilst I'm working. But the handbag, my business partner, his name is Maazo. He is brilliant with his hands when it comes to the handbags. I will give all the ideas about the designs and what to do, which fabrics to use. Then the final touch, that's what he does.
Okay, so you're in partner with a single business, in business with a single business partner. Do you create jobs? Do you hire people?
Oh yes, proudly so. We've employed about 5 people. Yes, it's me and Abbas and then 5 other people.
And what is their role in the business?
Their role, these bags that you see, they look good and beautiful, but they are made from scratch. I'm talking about every single glue, whatever fabric you see here, it has been made by hands. So those people, that's their role, and then he uses the machine just to finish the touches of the end product. Now,
you've left SAA, you left secure employment, you left pretty good employment, you left behind medical aid, and leftover airline meals and things like that. Have you replaced your income? I mean, how well are you doing?
I am doing well. I think being here as well is part of me doing well. There is a university that I'm attending at the moment that has made me very special. I'm doing a course at the University of Stellenbosch Business School. It's a small business academy program. That course, you have to be, I don't know what, to get in there. So I'm special. In that course, they teach you a lot. When I'm saying a lot, when I started the business, I knew nothing. I could sell sweets like anybody else, but now there's know-how of the business, strategies and everything that needs to be put in place, your financials, your business plans, all of that. Without that course, I don't think I'll be sitting here talking to you today.
How are you fitting it in though? Because if you are running a business and you're in the manufacturing process, and anybody who's ever run a small business knows that it's all time consuming, things go wrong, orders don't come in, the fabric gets stuck at the airport or at the harbour or whatever the case might be. And every day brings a different crisis. How do you fit the studies in?
You have to sacrifice some of the things. I am also a mother of two, doing everything else. And then I do have someone who is helping me with the social media. Her name is Busisiwe Kwisomba. So I think it really helps in the employment, because most of the people that we've employed, they were unemployed. We can probably say we've uplifted our economy, so to speak.
If everybody did what you've done, and that is create an enterprise which employed 5 people and possibly grow to 10 people at some point, if 1 in 10 people did that, we would solve South Africa's unemployment crisis in a nanosecond. How hard has it been for the 2 years prior to leaving your job and now to get to where you are?
It has been very hard even to find the people to help working with you and for you. And you have to know and trust people, which is that is also a challenge on its own.
Have you burned your fingers with people?
Have I?
Burned your fingers with people? Have people let you down?
I'm one person that will never do that. I wouldn't.
No, but have people let you down?
Yes, a couple of times. But here I am still smiling through that.
How hard has the process of setting up the business been? I mean, you were obviously setting it up before you went to the Stellenbosch Academy. But how tough was it? Going through the process with DTI, going through processes, I don't know if you've gone through the process yet of VAT registration and everything else.
It has been very tough, as you've mentioned. You have to wait for the paperwork, and you cannot start anything without being registered, because you want to be known as a brand. People like to be associated with the good brands. So all of that, it takes time. And it's worth actually the wait.
Now, how are you selling your product? Where are you getting distribution?
We have a store in Long Street at number 76 Pan African Market. It's on the 2nd floor. That's where we are right now.
Okay, so that is one outlet. It's in Tourist Central, Long Street, Cape Town. And is there any other distribution mechanism? You've got a social media person working for you. Do you have an online presence at all?
Oh, not as yet, but we're getting there. I can tell you something. It's a secret.
Yes, please, only secrets. We only like secrets
on the 1st of October, we will be opening another store.
Very good.
Which still will be in Long Street, number 233. The reason for that, it is on the main road. And where we are right now, we're on the 2nd floor.
No, but that's it. I mean, if you talk to the man who runs Spur, for example, they went to China and opened the first Spur in China. It closed down within months. They were on the 2nd floor. They were out of the public eye. It's a mistake that you've survived. Location. Absolutely pivotal. But you've learnt a lot then through the Stellenbosch course, and it's also taught you the absolutely pivotal story. My good friend Pavlo Fatidis keeps telling me, unless you're building an asset of value, you're just creating a job for yourself. Are you building an asset of value?
I am, and I am proud, and I do not have any regrets about that. And
why would you have regrets? It's a good and positive thing. How big is your vision for this business?
It's bigger than this building. I'm telling you that. From the handbags, we've just added a collection of traveling bags, sports bags. There's more to come. That's not all. And I want to believe that the sky is not the limit for us.
Well, you were an air steward. You know that the sky is never the limit. You've been up there.
It's never.
In terms of getting supply and the convenience of ports and getting product through and getting product out once you get into an export market, which no doubt you will get into at some point once you move beyond just single store retail, how's that working?
With the supplies, at least we're getting everything now in South Africa, which it makes life easier for us. With the couriering, we do everything ourselves. It takes a bit of time, but at least the client, we always tell them on time how long it will take, so they understand that it will not be within 3 or 4 days. It might be a week.
How do you formalize this business? How do you take it to the next level? Because small and medium enterprises are great, but you're an ambitious individual. You didn't quit SAA to run a small 5-person business, I don't think.
With the help of CCDI, Cape Town Fashion Council, we have been exposed to the fashion expos, your design indaba, and that's where we meet most people, and we happen to struck a deal with one client, which is from Spain.
Okay, so tell me about that. What's the deal? What's the Spanish connection?
The Spanish connection, we supply them for about 300 to 350 every other second month.
So bags like this?
Of our bags like this, yes.
Okay, that's brilliant. I mean, and that gives you a little bit of foreign exchange earning, and it starts teaching you about a global economy, which perhaps wasn't part of your thinking initially as you started this business.
With SAA, let me give them that credit, with that traveling, that has always been part.
How does anybody still work for SAA if it's such an inspiring place to be? I mean, tell me what you think about the airline now. 5.5 billion rand lost 2 years ago, 1.5 billion rand lost last year. Yet, when one travels domestically on SAA, it's like this is the happiest place on earth to be. I mean, what are your friends within SAA telling you about the state of the airline?
They are very scared. They don't know their future. It's sad. And I feel for them, but I always try and encourage them, because I know there's quite a few that are talented, that are creative, but they are scared of the unknown, same as me. They're in my position. But by seeing me where I am today, they're like, girl, you can do it. I think we can do it too.
Yeah, and it's tragic, isn't it? Because here you've got a great state-owned enterprise, which is not due to any fault of the people who are working for it, failing. And that is terrible. But you've made the step. You've gone into this world of entrepreneurship. When do we see your name in lights? When do we see you in the fashion pages? When does Cosmo do the double-page spread?
From here, it's going and getting bigger. I can tell you now, New York's got my name all over it.
Yeah.
Oh yes, oh yes. It's a dream, and it will come true.
There we go, Thuleka Duze. Nothing's going to hold her back. She is a fashion-trepreneur. She is the co-owner of ATG EKASI Handbags and Clothing, taking small steps with the help of various government institutions, with also the Stellenbosch Academy, teaching her all about entrepreneurship and the basics of building a business which can become globally competitive. First global client in Spain, 350 bags every 2 months. And trust me, it's just the beginning. Thuleka Duze used to go chicken or beef, and now she's going 6 bags or 12. That's it from the MoneyMakers for this evening. Thanks so much for watching. Till next time, bye-bye.